Hello, football fans, and welcome to Locker Room on Voice of the People TV. I am Jerry Appiah. Today, we are jumping into the most electrifying moments from the pitch, and I advise that you join me, James and Maiwa, as we break down the biggest matches, hot headlines, and of course, the biggest stories in the very exciting world of football. Get ready for top-notch analysis and all the scopes you need, and this is one show you can't afford to miss. James, great to have you once again join us.
A very good evening to you, Jerry,
Okay.
and also to our viewers. Good evening, another beautiful evening to talk football. We are seeing the drama playing out in the CAF and the Libyan saga, and also we are preparing for the weekend. We are seeing the EPL is going to be back this weekend. It has been a boring, not very boring though. We had the drama of Nigeria and the Libya, and also we saw the game against Libya and Uyo. But now the league is back. Let's see how they are going to progress, how if they are going to be better, and we also have interesting ones coming from Chelsea, from Liverpool and Chelsea facing each other. A very very beautiful one, but it's not fair again. We're going to see what's going to happen in that particular one.
All right, we look forward to the big one this weekend, but definitely we have to start with what's upon us. We also know the Flamingos did a good job out there at the under 20 championship, and of course, Maiwa is with us. Great to have you join us on Locker Room once again.
It's always amazing to be a pre TGIF. Today is Thursday, pre TGIF. Interesting weekend ahead. Like James rightly said, for those that don't like our local league too much, it might be a boring week. But I mean, the local league has been serving a whole lot of drama and pepper. Kano Pillars doing a late comeback yesterday, but they couldn't overturn the 4 goals deficit. But in any case, I'm looking forward to the weekend. I'm looking forward to the EPL coming back. Your darling team Liverpool might probably get their hands burnt this weekend. But in any case, like I always say, it's a good Thursday to talk football. Thank you for having me.
All right, you're already anticipating and already playing the devil's advocate in this case. But shocking news is that it's 3 points all the way for Ancelotti and his boys. Let's wait and see. There was a bit of argument today. I was listening to a program where there were talks about Ahmed Musa, if he's a legend or not. And when they mentioned that Ahmed Musa is a legend, one of the guys there said that he was not sure Ahmed Musa being a legend when it comes to the Super Eagles. I was quite kind of confused. Because why I'm just going to that is because we know that Kano Pillars, Ahmed Musa is doing great things with Kano Pillars right now. And of course, it's quite remarkable to see him return back home and be a part of the Nigerian Professional Football League. And of course, he scored 4 goals of recent. And I don't know, Mariwa, do you think that Ahmed Musa is a legend of Nigerian football? Do you think he's a legend or not? Before we go into the conversation today.
I mean, he has toured around Europe and the rest of that. He has done it on the big stage. And this is not the first time he's coming back home. I think this will be his second stint back home.
Yeah.
I know he came back home earlier. He played in local league for a while before he returned back to Saudi Arabia or Turkey. Now he's back home again. I think he has given his all, and it's time. The current team is playing for begins to reap the benefit experience it brings. People might have different definition of a legend. Sorry, I want to digress a bit. Some people might say because Ronaldo did not win the World Cup, he's not a legend, and the rest of that. Different people with different interpretation of what a legend is. However, for me personally, based on his exploit and what he has done, he might not have won everything like the likes of Nwankwo Kanu and Finidi and the rest of that. But I mean, in terms of the longevity of Ahmed Musa with the national team, and how he has been playing for over 18 years, and that shows the kind of dedication he has put into his craft. So for me personally, I would say he's a legend, and bringing that experience back home. These are the kind of things we want to see. A whole lot of Brazilians, when they finish playing in Europe, they go back to Brazil and they begin to pass on the knowledge that they have gotten while joining in Europe. I think it's a good one that he's back in Nigeria. For me personally, I think he's a legend.
All right. For you personally, he's a legend. Definitely, because he won the Nations Cup. He's the highest scoring Nigerian as far as the World Cup is concerned.
Yeah, let's not
and
forget he also
he has won
represented
caps.
the
Yeah.
he represented the Eagles in the under 20 and also in the under 23 before making it into the national team. And he has also played over 100 games for the national team. If it's not good enough, he wouldn't have gotten the such amount of numbers. And he has also represented himself fairly okay, scored a certain number, a decent number of goals when you are playing for the national team. And let's not forget he has been able to bring he has been able to import all the knowledge and all this experience he has going gained in the foreign scene. Let's not forget he has played about how many top leagues in the world, and now he's back to our own national team, national league, and he's doing very well. I think this is his second spell. He was at Kano Pillars before he went and came back again. So I think it's a good one, and if many Nigerians can also emulate this, I think it will be a good boost for the national league. At least many people want to know like where is the particular guy playing now, and they see if they realize it's the MPFL, I think they want to follow up on that. So I think it's a good one for Ahmed Musa, with the way he has been able to bring what he has achieved in Europe and is bringing it to the local league. I think it deserves the call for be a legend at this point.
All right, let's go into the conversation. Maybe some other they will dedicate maybe a voice pop to ask Nigerians what they think about Ahmed Musa and of course his exploit, being a legend or not. But definitely for me, he's a football legend. And of course, taking a look at his prowess, I will not forget the 2 goals he scored against Argentina at the World Cup. Fantastic performance. Of course, even Russia was also instrumental in how far the team almost went as far as that one is concerned. All right, let's talk about this one. We're in a pivotal move within African football. The Confederation of African Football, commonly known as CAF, has officially referred the ongoing disputes between Libya and Nigerian Super Eagles to a specialized committee. This development follows the contentious events that occurred during the team's recent encounter, which has sparked significant controversy and unrest among stakeholders. And the CAF has appointed a committee led by a prominent official from Senegal tasked with investigating the circumstances surrounding the dispute. And this decision comes after Nigeria's football authorities raised serious concerns about the treatment of their team during the match. And of course, the Senegalese guys are going to be in charge. What do you expect from this dispute committee?
I think it's going to be an easy one. For the fact that the CAF are even taking it up on time. And yesterday on the show, we spoke about them making the come to a decision on time, and so that they can serve the right justice to whoever is wrong or right. So now that they have been able to delegate people committee that will be in charge of overseeing this matter, I think it's a good one. Let's not forget, in the space of less than a week, they've gotten committee already. So let's also hope the committee comes up with a conclusion on time, and we can know where we are going forward. If it's going to be, if we are going to be facing the Libyan FA and giving them a strike or whatever, or a ban or every fine for them to pay, a good. But credit to CAF for taking this quick, giving us handing over the matter to a committee so that they can come to a decent conclusion. Let's just hope the investigation and everything that will play out will take a long time.
All right, Mayowa, what are your expectations from this dispute committee? Would I say the Court of Arbitration for Sport as far as CAF is concerned?
Well, in any case, I think with this move, I think CAF has scored a pass mark with me. I would want to rate them maybe a 7/10 because of this kind of move. It shows that they have taken the complaint seriously, and definitely, in as much as even in Senna climbs, even if you have a video of somebody shooting somebody, you still have the police doing the investigation, even when there is a clear evidence that the person shot somebody. I mean, just to be able to dot all the I's and cross all the T's. I think this is the right move in the right direction. Like James rightly said, I hope the committee will not take time. In our own country here, we have committees. They will inaugurate committee, and committee will take almost 6 months before they come up with a white paper. So I hope the committee does not take time, and they can quickly make the decision, do their investigation quickly, and also make a decision quickly, come up with their recommendation, and probably CAF can take a decision as regards their investigation. That's number one. Number two, I hope going forward, I hope the committee will go much more further and do much more, do a fact finding in terms of how North African countries usually treat their guests when it comes to any competitive football across Africa, not even the national team level. They should point a torchlight to clubs and the rest of that, and probably maybe that should form a basis of what CAF of the guideline CAF will be able to come up with, because I think there should be a standard guideline that an hosting country will follow. Probably maybe if a country is coming to play football in your terrain, these are the guidelines, these are the things you're supposed to put in place and just so that. I think there should be a revamp of that so that everybody will be aware that if you go against all this, you probably get yourself into trouble. So for me personally, good one that CAF is taking this very seriously.
All right, and of course, and there's been a lot of counter, would I say, comments, both from Libya, both from talking about the Libyan FA, Libyan officials, the Nigerian Football Federation, even some lies, some truths, and some things continue to unravel as far as this one is concerned. It's not like, more like the battle has left the pitch. Now it's now politicking between the two FAs, and of course CAF as an arbiter in the middle of all of it all. And the recent is that the Nigerian government has ever refuted claims made by the Libyan press that it apologized to Libyan authorities over the Super incident at Al-Abak airport. And of course, Al-Qasim Abdul Qadir, spokesperson for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, clarified that the publication misrepresented discussions between Minister Ambassador talking about Yusuf Tugar and the Eastern Government's Foreign Minister. And Nigeria expressed frustration over the treatment of its football federation and called on the Confederation of African Football CAF to investigate and impose sanctions. I think when dealing with these guys, I think something has told me that Libyans cannot be trusted. Why? Because anything that has been done as far as this matter is concerned, they somehow want to misinterpret it to make themselves look good, in spite of the fact that it's obvious that what they did was wrong. They are not even taking responsibility of their action. That is the most painful part of it. They be trying to justify it by pointing at the fact that Nigeria was wrong to come and so the Nigerian team were wrong to come and stay at an airport they were supposed not to land and spend 13 hours.
Over 16 hours.
Over 16 hours, and you now stop them from even moving out. That's kidnap. And some people should be arrested.
The fact that the Libyan FA were still putting out a flyer out that they want to sue the NFF for not playing the game after they left, I was like, are these people serious? These players left their country 24 hours before the game, and they came to where they're supposed to land. You changed the destination. They landed in the place you are arranged for them to be, and they were there for about 16 hours. They didn't see anybody. There was no plane that landed. There was no plane that took off. There was nobody from the Libyan FA that came to tell them that, okay, this is the plan. This is what's supposed to go on. 16 hours without food, without water. I don't know what's different between that. And let's not forget, there was no Wi-Fi. There was no network. That was different between that and someone being kidnapped. I see no difference, because even if you are with your phone and you cannot call, you cannot tell someone to come and assist you. Come and
you're not allowed to move from one place to the other.
You're not allowed to move from the airport out of the place. I see no difference.
That's more like kidnap.
And the Libyan FA have been trying every means to justify their actions, and now they're even bringing out faces
that they have apologized to them. And
I just want the Senegalese the committee that the CAF has already appointed. Let them investigate this issue and let them give us a quick assessment and a quick punishment for whoever is found guilty. If it's the Nigerian Football Federation, fine. If they see them, they're the one that are wrong, fine.
Yes.
If the Libyan FA, anyone found guilty at this point, because this cannot be swept under the rug. Because I think a lot of internationals are watching this, and let's see how it's going to develop. I was going through the media, going through stories online. I was seeing clubs. Each club were giving report of their players going to be fit enough to play the games on Sunday, on the weekend. Because I saw Semi Ajayi club already put out a statement. I saw AC Milan also put out a statement that Samuel Chukwu is currently out injured, so will not be playing. I saw Semi Ajayi will be playing. I was like, so all these clubs know what went wrong in Libya. So CAF will not just come and say, okay, well, let's just keep it. It's our African brothers. You cannot. This is one issue you don't want to put out there. You don't want to sweep under the rug. I think it's high time somebody is held accountable. And let's not forget, this is not the first time Libya has done this. They have done it twice to Nigerian clubs that we know of. These are not the ones that are happening. I'm sure if other countries comes out to talk, I'm sure Ghanaians will have experienced the same thing, or different countries. So Nigerians are faced the same issue 3 times, playing in the dark, and training in the dark in the stadium where they had like the turned off the
That
lights.
was Rivers United.
Spending the night in the airport when you know they are coming to play a game. That was still Enyimba. Now you're now holding a national team to ransom for over 16 hours, no food, no water, no means of transport. People that were even coming out to come and pick them, to take them to somewhere safe, they could not get. Let's not forget
And
that.
on top of
Let's not
that,
forget the cabin crew too. The pilot that is even there's not a Nigerian, a Tunisian could not even get where to lodge.
Yeah, they didn't even let him leave the airport. Even the
No, they were, as far they, according to what they said, they are allowed to leave. Then they went to try to get a room to stay. No hotels around the airport agreed to give them space, a room. They had to like come back. So just imagine if it was Nigerians and the players that now left, what would have happened?
It would have been a scary situation. Marwa, it's unfortunate that the Libyans are waiting for apology in spite of the way they treated the Super Eagles. And they've been spraying mischievous comments here and there. It's really, really sad.
If they are waiting for apology, maybe when Nigeria will turn 200, maybe they will get one. I don't think they deserve any apology. And even the way they've been going about it, it's just so sad that they are not taking accountability and the rest of that. And it shows, the lack of respect. They are called Nigeria as a country, and they are called our players. I think CAF should investigate, like we've said earlier. CAF should investigate, and definitely, if you look at how they have been moving, they know they are guilty, and I think the heavy hammer would come up on them. I just hope that CAF will not do this. Their route to the answer punishment. Probably maybe fine them $20,000, and that will be the end of it. Anything that does not involve banishing them from playing home games for the next 1 year, I'm fining them a minimum of at least $200,000. I won't take it as a deserved punishment, because this is not the first time they are doing it. They've been doing it over and over again, and nobody's saying anything. To be honest with you, they can continue to cry all they want. Let CAF come up with their report as regards the investigation, and let's see where we go from there.
Let's not forget, if Nigeria was not as big as it is, let's just say, these players in the national team were not as big as they were, I'm not sure they will have gotten the attention it's getting currently. I'm sure the Libyans are even surprised that it's getting this much attention in the media.
I don't know what they were thinking.
They were thinking it was going to be
business as usual.
Business as usual. It's just going to be Nigerians in Nigeria that know about the issue, and it's going to be Libyans in Libya that know about the issue.
Sweep it under the carpet.
And they sweep it under the rug. But now it's out there. Africans know. Yeah, Maiwa.
Yeah, but James, the thing is this: they've done it to 3 different clubs. When Eyama was playing for Enyimba, Eyama was one of the biggest exploits from Nigeria. Yes. He had gone to the World Cup. He had come back during that particular period before they won the CAF Champions League. He had gone to the World Cup. He had gone to 2002 World Cup. He had come back. He's one of the biggest players playing the Nigerian league at that particular time. It was because CAF never took all these things seriously. Let me shock you. All the times Rivers United, Enyimba lodged their complaint to CAF, there was no single investigation done to ascertain what those people went through. No investigation. And even if the investigation if there was any investigation, there was no consequence for the actions of the Libyans. And this emboldened them. This is not the first time they are doing it. I told you the other time, I think yesterday or 2 days ago, as regards a particular country, they went there, they were trying to participate in one of their tournaments, and they decided to turn off the water from the hotel. They could not get water to bathe or do anything. And they had to leave the hotel, frustrated. They had to make arrangements for themselves. This was even before, Gaddafi was overthrown. So it's not the first time they are doing it. It's not the second time. They have a consistent record of doing it, and nobody's checkmating them. And that's the reason why they feel if they can do it to the clubs that has come from Nigeria, nobody's saying anything, then why not do it to Super Eagles? Because they feel no consequences will come their way.
I'm actually happy this time they've gotten a shocker, thanks to the likes of maybe the big names we got. I'm sure most of the guys in the team also will have made international contacts, because don't forget, they play in Europe. They have contacts of most of all these journalists there. So I'm sure maybe tips have gotten to them, and they were able to bring it out there and let them know what is going on. Let's not forget, I think before even any Nigerian media outlet will have made an interview with any foreign Nigerian player or even the NFF communication minister. That was one station did that. There was someone there was a foreign station already interviewing a former international, a lady, and they spoke about treatment they have received in the past. So I think it's a good one that now it is out there for the world to see. And also CAF now will be held responsible if it's swept under the rug one, and if a judgment that is not fair comes out of this. So I love the fact that it's out there now.
The thing is that in Nigeria they say every day for the thief,
One
day for the owner, and their cup don't full because they've been getting away with it all these years, and it's just that it was now time for everybody to now know officially, thanks to social media.
Yeah.
And the fact that the players who were involved are not just anyhow players. We're talking about the current Bundesliga winner in Boniface, who definitely his picture has gone viral of what he went through. It's not like we were told. We all saw the evidences there. And even Moses Simon confirming, and some other players also confirming that they were stopped from leaving the airport. That's also another form of kidnap. And I think with the overwhelming evidence, CAF has no option than to banish Libya from playing their games at home. First of all, they should start playing their away games. That 3 points should go straight to the Super Eagles. Then they will learn their lesson. Then eventually, after 2 or 3 years, they start playing their games away. I think they will learn their lesson and become hospitable. Not by will, but by force, by making it compulsory.
I read somewhere that they want some Nigerians are clamoring for the games to replay. I said, remember, I said these particular players, after they find them and they do all this, they go and play against our Nigerian players, our Super Eagles players. They will injure almost everybody on the pitch. Because
they'll give 8 of them red cards. Then the game will walk over automatic 3 points.
Then what of the players that get injured? Just imagine God forbid, Ademola Lookman gets injured, or maybe Boniface gets.
Boniface will be going to the stadium with hammer. Anyway, I think
I was going to the comment on TikTok, and somebody wrote that thank God that Osimhen was not in that airport.
They say they don't have joy.
That would have been a different thing for that driver. That brother is a Sakama boss.
That driver would have collected to. Anyway,
they are lucky it's not there.
Yeah.
You would have already punched somebody.
That driver will have given him one very big head boot.
It would have been interesting. Anyway, this also an ugly trend that we also got to find out, where in a passionate plea to the Arab football community, an Egyptian sports commentator has called for solidarity with Libya following the contentious suspended game against Nigerian Super Eagles. The commentator emphasized the importance of unity among Arab nations within the Confederation of African Football, urging them to stand behind Libya amid rising tensions surrounding the match. And we all know what happened. And of course, in light of this, the commentator highlighted the need for Arab nations to rally together, asserting that supporting Libya is crucial for fostering regional camaraderie and protecting the integrity of Arab representation in African football. These are one of the things why Africa is not growing. And these are one of the things why we are not moving with the trend.
The fact.
Because the thing is that even in Nigeria, we see a situation where people do something wrong.
And my brother,
and people will somehow find the way to say that there's a reason why he did that wrong thing. That we should still look at it. It's not that he's wrong. You caused it. Because I was even really disgusted that some Nigerians were still going online and saying that it was NFF that started it. That is why they are doing it back to them. So call a spade, call a spade, call it what it is. What they did was wrong. Then iron it out. Then they will now look at other things. But I don't know, coming from this man, it shows that, anyway, it shows the kind of people they are.
No. Not just the man, not just the Arab nation, not just the man that made the comment. I think this is one big problem Africa has been facing and will continue to face. The fact that we cannot call somebody out for the wrong he's doing or the wrong thing he has done in the past because of tribe, race, or sentiment or whatever, is one thing that is not making us move further. Because I see no reason why somebody will commit a crime or something that is wrong, and you still come out boldly
and say the other, because you are from this region, we should support
we should
you.
I don't understand.
Even though when what you are doing is wrong. Maiwa, I don't know what you think about this.
I'm not surprised. Remember when Morocco got to the semi-final, they never claimed to be African. They said they were Arab, the first Arab country to get to the semi-finals of the World Cup. To be honest with you, most of the North African countries, they count themselves as Arab. And even if we digress away from football a bit, most of the Arab organizations and the rest of that, they are always a member to it because they are more Arab than African. So definitely, I will not. I was not surprised. You feel you are more Arab than African. Why are you under CAF? There's an AFC continent there. There's an AFC association there. They can opt to be part of that. I mean, there's an Israel in the Middle East that plays in UEFA. They can literally opt out of CAF and be part of AFC. No, you are not part of AFC. You are not doing anything with the AFC region. Yet you are, and yet you are claiming you are not part of Africa. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm not surprised. It's not the first time they are doing it. I will not be surprised if somebody else comes out from Algeria or some misguided people come out from Morocco and start supporting them. And this goes a long way. Again, I want to go back to the CAF, dispute committee. I hope this confederation of Arab guys will not influence, what's it called, the findings of the dispute committee. Because the fact is this: most of them, all these Arab guys, they want to use the religious aspect of it and to probably, get things to come to their side, which does not make any logical sense. And as we all know, the North Africans, they hold some kind of power in CAF. I hope this will not influence, the dispute committee into coming out and favoring them with their findings or with their report. I just hope. It's just so disgusting that in 2024 we are having this kind of issue when you cannot call out your fellow countryman or compatriot for doing something wrong that could have put the lives of our of our boys in danger, and somebody is coming out to support this. It's just so shameful, to be honest with you.
Anyway, if I'm the CAF president, sentiment apart, whether because I'm a Nigerian or not, if you look at the value of the Super Eagles and the Mediterranean Knights of Libya, who would you want to be a part of a Nations Cup you're organizing? For instance, you have an option to pick Libya or to pick the Super Eagles. As a businessman, as a man who wants CAF to have that international representation, I will pick the Super Eagles over the Libyans anytime, any day, because their chances of even making out of the group stage, even qualifying, is zero.
Don't come from that angle. Looking at the group stage, the log already, it's looking like Libya is not even going to make it out.
The issue is this. Jerry, the issue is this. So if you look at the CAF, CAF itself, most of these key positions by the Arab guys, by the guys from the North Africans. And for you to be able to win elections successfully, you have to pander to them. And most of the time, all these CAF guys, all these politicians in CAF, they are thinking about the next election. How do I gain power? Remember, Issa Hayatou was able to stay for 24 years in CAF because he had the backing of the North Africans, until when this corruption case had to chase him away and he was banned from football. That was how Issa Hayatou was kicked out. So most of the time, because these guys hold influences, and also if you look at the refereeing slot, most of them come from the North African region. It shows the kind of influence and the kind of power they hold over CAF. And most of the time, the president of CAF will have to bow to their pressure. And that's where the issue is right now, because of the kind of influence they hold in CAF.
But still,
reduce their influence in CAF might not be independent.
Yeah, but still, everybody will want to pull their strings. When it comes to football, we will give it to the organization when it comes to league football in Africa. But when it comes to the politics, I think I will still give it to the West. West Africans in CAF. And let's not forget, we also have a FIFA powerful executive member in Ahmed Musa, who surely will not want things to go the other way. And Patrick Motsepe understands the importance of the Super Eagles and Nigeria when it comes to CAF. Whether you like it or not, you cannot sweep Nigeria under the carpet. The current African footballer is from Nigeria. And Nigerian players are one of the biggest brands in Africa at the moment. And the incoming one is also going to be from Nigeria. So definitely, if they are treated that way and they are overwhelming evidence, it will be very difficult to sweep it under the carpet.
That's just the thing.
It's very difficult.
I think, assuming there were no videos and
No
pictures, Calvin Bassey sleeping, the pictures that came online and the videos of the bosses and everything that came, I think it would have been easier for the CAF to just push it in the favor of Libya.
Yeah.
But now the evidence are online.
Overwhelming evidence.
They are overwhelming. If Libyans are claiming that yes, the Nigerians did the same thing to them, let them push it out also.
Yeah, they even did one very funny documentary.
Video. I saw the video.
Which was all doctored. But as far as I was concerned, that video was totally doctored.
They were sitting on the floor and new chairs were practically beside. So what's the essence?
And the airport was busy with people. Not like they were
not
the only
one
ones
abandoned airport that no. Just imagine you are in the airport for over 16, 17 hours. I didn't see one single plane leave or come in. The staffs were not there. So that's not. I don't think that's even the airport again. You just going to put them in one side and say, "Yeah, stay here. When we have your time, you'll come back." So I think the evidence are overwhelming, and it's not going to be easy for them to push their agenda and push it to one side to the Libyans or push it to the Arabs. I think it's overwhelming. If they make a wrong call, let's assume they push it to the favor of in favor of the Libyans, they've lost their credibility as a board, as a union. Nigerians will know that one for fact. Africans are watching. It's not just Nigerians that are waiting for the verdict. Many people are watching. So once it does not go in favor of what they think it's supposed to be, now they have lost their credibility. When situation like this happens in the future, and they are giving Libya the momentum or the lever to do it in the future, because they will surely do it again if nothing serious is done this time. What is the example? What are the examples other African countries are also watch and get from this? So I think it's high time we learn from always pushing verdicts to favor my brother or favor my sister because of sentiment or one or two things. Yeah. So I think it's high time we just move on. This is 2024. This is not in the 90s that you do everything and you go get it. So let's wait for CAF and the Senegalese committee to decide what they want to decide.
All right, congratulations, we say, are in order for the Nigerian Flamingos. They kicked off their 2024 FIFA Under-17 World Cup Group A campaign with a dominant 4-1 victory. That was yesterday. And Shakirat, Moshood, Khadijat, Adegoke, Faridat, Abdulwahab, and Taiwo Afolabi all found the back of the net to secure a convincing win, while Hannah Saxon scored the lone goal for New Zealand. And the Olokere girls are making Nigeria proud. And their next game is against Ecuador. But you must give it to the girls. What a way to start at the Under-17 World Cup.
They started in a very, very good one, getting the first goal in the first 2 minutes of the game and scoring about 3 goals in the first half. I think they've started the competition very, very well and gives them the momentum going into the competition, going further. And let's see how far they can go. We have been known to start competitions very well in the past and not end very well. Let's just see how far the Flamingos can go in this one. But congratulations to them! A very, very wonderful way to start your competition.
All right, Mayowa, I think the meaning of Olowokere means somebody.
Olowokere, but we get money small. Yes. Am I correct?
Mayowa.
Olowokere means if you have money, you are not small. You are big when you have money. Yes. Olowokere. I mean, it's a good one seeing a whole lot of the Under-17 girls coming up. I was surprised when I saw Afolabi in that particular team. I couldn't believe my eyes. I was so shocked. I happen to know, the family, and I was glad that she finally could play for the Under-17, the Flamingos of Nigeria. Good one. I hope they can replicate that and probably replicate that same performance and probably give us that same performance till the finals. I think if they can be consistent, they probably have a shot at winning the tournament. And also, I hope there is a succession plan for these girls. There is a plan to move them further, so that after this under 17 they don't just disperse. I will not hear anything about them again. Kudos to the Nigerians, and I'm rooting for our girls to do much more better in the competition.
All right, let's go back to the next conversation. A one-time Juventus and Manchester United legend, talking about Juventus midfielder Paul Pogba, said he's not a cheater, but accepted responsibility for the failed doping test that led to a ban. Pogba's 4-year ban was reduced to 18 months earlier this month after the Court of Arbitration for Sport accepted his ingestion of a banned substance was not intentional. The 31-year-old was suspended by Italy's National Anti-Doping Tribunal in February after a drug test found elevated levels of testosterone, or a hormone, I beg your pardon, that increases endurance in his system. And the reduced ban from September 11, 2023, with sources close to Pogba revealing that he can resume training in January and will be eligible to play again from March. Man United is having issues in the midfield right now, and Pogba is free. And as a Man United legend, doesn't stop him from making a return for the third time. Why are you guys laughing? This guy is a legend. He's a Man United legend.
James,
come on.
James, can you please help us beg Jerry?
He has won Premier League for Man United.
Which Premier League did he win?
He won Premier League with other Ferguson era. Even from the bench, at least you will still give him Premier League medal.
Let's not forget how the English system works.
Yeah.
There was a particular year Zuma kicked his cat in his house, and he posted it online. The video came online. Let's not forget that it was booed. I think that was the end of his career in Premier League. Now you now have somebody that has failed drug tests, and he was found guilty. Let's not forget. No matter it is, he was guilty of it. But the court was able to say, okay, it was not intentional. They were able to
sentence.
So when it comes to the Premier League, that chant in all the away stadium is number one. You cannot even, I don't even see him come to the Premier League. I think the only place is going to be comfortable. The only place he can go and be Pogba is the French League. And I'm seeing reports that the club like Marseille might be coming for him. And yes, let's not forget that I'm sure he's, like he said, one part of me wants to believe that he didn't know the drugs were actually illegal for him to take. And I watched the interview. Was like where he messed up was like he didn't confirm from others. He got it from just one doctor that he was supposed to take like 2-3 doctors before, when he gets the full confirmation he can now use. So he didn't take that confirmation and he took blame for that. And I love the fact that he has come now to clear the air and is ready to take the blame. The good news is that he's going to be back on our screen from March next year, back to training in January. I think it's a good one. He still has about 2-3 years to prove himself. Let's see which club is going to make the move. I will not be surprised. I will not be surprised it's a French club anyway.
I don't know why James was looking at me in a very demeaning way. Like when I say this is Man United.
You also need midfielders now. You can't.
Is a Man United? No, we are good now.
Which midfielder?
We have Gravenberch is the next thing, best thing after fried rice right now. And McAllister is doing well. Soboslai is doing well. How will you not add a former drug chief? A Man United legend to that mix.
Just look at him.
He has a Man United legend to that mix. He will not be working against us. He'll be playing against.
Before you said former Manchester United,
I will cut. I want to use my word against. Pogba is available.
Pogba, a Europa League winner, an Italian Serie A winner, a Carling Cup and FA Cup winner.
Thank you.
You don't want him in your club. He will be a perfect fit for Liverpool, to be honest with you.
Right now, we are not struggling. The team that is struggling, we need him better. And he understands his way around Old Trafford. You have been losing at Old Trafford.
I mean, you've been playing you've been struggling in your weekend games because of the Thursday league game and just of that. You need to beef up your team. And Pogba,
we're not going to play Thursday. At least Man United is playing Thursday. We are the one playing Tuesday and Wednesday now. So, Mariwa, please get your figures right. Pogba is on the way. Talk to Ineos. Since now they've cleared the way by letting Ferguson go, then they can use that money. As if they use like just £200,000 out of that £2 million. They can use it to get Pogba in. He settled his salary for the next 2 years. And he's just 31.
Well, to be honest, it's either Pogba moves to the MLS and join the likes of Messi, or he goes to Saudi. I don't think he will work in Saudi. So is it that the French league or the MLS?
No, but I think he still have a whole lot of time to prove himself. I think he signed 4 years contract with Juventus, and this is just the second year or thereabout.
No,
So
there are
I
talks.
think
There
if
are
it comes
talks they
back,
want to terminate the contract. That's why he's currently in search. There are talks that Juventus and
uh,
him are in it, that they're trying to terminate the contract so he can be a free player in
uh,
January.
well, the thing is since since the ban has been overturned, and he will still be a Juventus player till the end of the season. If he can put in the performance, I think they might probably consider. However, I think I want to align with Paul Pogba here. This is not the first time players are making mistakes. Remember our own Andre Onana, who is currently conceding goals for Manchester
What
United,
is everything
also
with
found
Man U
himself
is
in this kind of
controversial?
situation. When he used something and did not confirm, and it was found out, he discovered that
United, they are
it was a
making
banned
their own money.
substance, and he was out of football for a while, and the rest of it, before he picked up his career and the rest of it. So I think I don't think anybody should fault Pogba. I don't think Pogba
Man U, why is it that everything linked to Man U has controversy?
is somebody that
Look at you have
probably
players who
cheats.
have involved in drugs. You have the one they are beating
In
women, even both retired and current. They
aspects
are
of
having
football,
issues with their women. Now it's even
like that
drugs.
more.
What is going on? Anyway, maybe that will be a conversation for another day. We'll open a book and look at the black, so many ills of both Man United players, both present and past. All right, David Beckham has said that he's hopeful that minority owner Jim Ratcliffe can help revive Manchester United, but he emphasizes it will take time to return the club former glory. Ratcliffe, who took over the club's football operations earlier this year through his company, Ineos, has faced challenges as United currently sits 14th in the Premier League with poor performance in Europa League matches. Beckham insists fans should be patient with Ratcliffe, who bought a minority stake from the Glazer family, long criticized for their ownership. And maybe he will give some advice with what he's successfully doing in the MLS to Ratcliffe. Maybe it will work for Man United.
And let's not forget the most important advice you can give now is the time that he needs. Let's not forget Beckham also didn't get it at once when he made it to the MLS. It took time for him to work Inter Miami to be where they are currently. And let's not forget, I think Ratcliffe has been on the right path, being able to recruit the right committee members at first, and also getting players that are not just players for now, but players for the future. We have seen Manchester United some transfers in the past to be anyhow. You buy a 30-year-old player today, tomorrow you buy a 20-year-old player. So I think now there's a pattern, and they are trying to build on. And I think now it's just left in the hands of the coach. Let's see how the coach can utilize the materials he has been given, and let's see how he can build these players going into the future. Beckham is right. Manchester United need time. They have to give the players time, the board time, but the coach is the problem. Does he still have that time? Is the big question. They have been giving him time and time and time.
The Baba that is doing it for Eric Ten Hag is a sure Baba. Because I don't know why. Each time that some shake-up needs to be done, it's either it affects the players, even when as far as it affected the legend. Like Sir Alex Ferguson, they left who they supposed to sack. They sacked the legend. They left the problem. I went to Ferguson straight. This man is a sure man. I don't know. It's like there's a sure Baba in Holland that's working for him.
I mean, to be honest with you, if the Hag can show me the way to the Baba, I don't mind. I mean, he was supposed to be sacked. They are firing Alex Ferguson. However, yes, I think Beckham is very right. Ratcliffe needs to revive Manchester United. There's a lot of driver that needs to go on. And it's even more than the signings, even the infrastructure in the team. I was doing some research as regards Manchester United, and I was watching some videos as regards that there's a lot of dilapidated, structure around the stadium and just of that. There's a lot of innovation. Even the facilities, they are so bad that they need to be replaced and the rest of that. Do you know that if rain falls so much, the dressing room gets flooded right now? And that has been on for a while now, and nothing is being done there. And just so there is a need to look to that. However, we need to part ways with Ten Hag, and the reason is very simple. Ten Hag does not have a pattern of play, and that is affecting a whole lot of the players we are bringing in. If Ten Hag leaves Manchester United today, a whole lot of his signings will not last under a new manager, and that's just the truth, because he just signed players that I need this, not because I have a pattern I want to play. I just need this guy because I have worked with him before, and that's the reason why we have about 5-6 players in Manchester United right now. So we need to part ways with Ten Hag and get a coach that knows what he wants to do for us to be able to begin to get the signing right. I mean, kudos to Arne Slot. He came in. Yes, most of the players are not his, but you can see how he wants to play. So if you want to go to the market and do recruitment for Arne Slot, you already know the kind of players you are looking for. But for Manchester United, that is not the case. So we need to part ways with Ten Hag and get a coach that has a pattern and can be able to sign players that will be able to take us into the future.
I wish you guys all the best in your venture. First of all, you have to go and do something about the Baba.
No, the Baba, they've given him plus Ten Hag and the Baba. They've given them if they don't win the Brentford match and they won against Fenerbahce, then they're coming for them. So I just hope they can make the right decision.
You guys should speak to the Nigerian police to release Abakari and his boys to go to Holland and look for that Baba wherever he is.
I just hope we don't concede one of those early goals that Brentford have been scoring all season. I think Brentford have been able to score in the first minute of I think 4 games back to back. So Manchester United might be the 5th game. They will score in the first minute. So if they just score that first goal, they should start writing Ten Hag sack letter, please. At this point, we are tired. We can't take it anymore.
Don't worry. As you have seen the sack Ferguson, you will know that
There's problem.
there's problem. You will go and win. You will win that match. It's a very good scoreline, 2-0. Then you now say, okay, there's something coming up. There's hope. You will now go and play Europa League. You will now win 1-0. Rashford is coming back. Everything is going back.
To beat Mourinho. Yes,
There's hope. Let's keep managing it. By the time you move from 14 to 12. You now be happy. After like 3 matches, you return back to 14. Wow. No, we are going to sack this match tomorrow.
They will start playing the same drama of we'll sack him after the next 2 games. And at this point,
Then he will now win FA Cup again.
We don't want, please.
It will now beat Man City in the final. And I said, no, if he can beat Guardiola in his final
Guardiola will just set us up that, okay, let them not sack, so we will not have threats for the next season in the Premier League. Let's give them the FA Cup. We take it.
Anyway, that's what we can take on the show this afternoon. And we'll leave you with this one where Howard Webb says that there has been an 80% reduction in the number of video assistant referee errors this season. I don't know how true that is.
A lie.
No, I think maybe it's better than last season. Last season was worse.
How many games have we gone? How many games have we gone? I think we are seeing match week 8 or so. There are many mistakes that has happened in this season alone. We'll talk about this tomorrow. Time don't go.
Anyway, tomorrow is another day. They say who fights and run away lives to fight another day. We'll have you tomorrow once again on Locker Room.
It's always amazing to be here, and I hope probably they will check the tea Howard Webb drank before he made this comment, because I don't understand. If you check the stats, the errors are still the same thing, if not more than last season. The last 8 games of the last season, the errors are more. So you should go and sit down.
That was nice, an APC verdict. It's all good.
No, I stand with my the errors are still there at this point. You cannot be. What's the reason of the VAR to have video to also assist so that errors will not be in football, but they are still there. And we have seen quite a number of them in the Premier League this season. So I think it's high time they do their assignment.
The government will employ as a PRO.
No, you know the thing. We have seen VAR being used in the AFCON. We have seen how they used it in the Euros, and it was successful. So what's wrong with the Premier League? That's a big question.
Politics are going on.
Okay.
All right, time really fast spent. I want to say big thanks, James, and the guys behind the scene, talking about the likes of Alex, beg your pardon, Samuel, definitely Jeremiah, Ikechukwu, and Manfred. My name is Jerry Apelai, saying thanks for being a part of the show this afternoon. Like I always say, stay safe, and if not doing anything at all, do it to the sports ring.